Hello, 8th grade Spanish class. We're going to add a few notes into a notebook and do a little bit of review at the same time. Okay, so the word we learned last week, to have, is tener. Okay, so tener is what we would call an unconjugated verb. It means it's just in the infinitive form. That's a fancy word as well. It means we haven't said who is doing the having. Okay, is it I? Is it you? Is it them? Is it we? Okay, and so it's just in the unconjugated form, and it is the way we say that unconjugated verb in Spanish, to have, it is tener. Okay. Now, if I want to conjugate it and I want to say pick a person, and in this case we're going to pick he or she, which we know is third person, and we want to make it past tense, he or she had, then that is a special verb with an accent on the I, tenía. Okay, so you can see that there's some part of that verb that is the same. Okay, this little root here, okay, then. And then the way I say he or she had is tenía. Okay, so tenía is conjugated and it's in the third person, and I don't need to get into all those details, but in case you were wondering, that's the word for he or she had is tenía. Okay. Next, we're going to go back to the unconjugated verb, to want, and that in Spanish is querer. Okay, so remember my QU, I'm not going to say que, I'm going to say querer. Okay, querer is to want. And then if I want to conjugate it, okay, if I want to assign it to a person, okay, I, you, he, she, okay, in this case, I want he or she, and I also want to put it in the past tense, and so it is quería, okay? So it's got a similar ending, quería to tenía, okay? And also, you see that this root part is staying the same, okay, from the infinitive form or the unconjugated form to the conjugated form, okay? Don't get all mixed up with these fancy words, conjugated and unconjugated. I'm just explaining that in general, okay? So I want you to be repeating after me. Tener, tenía, querer, and quería. Okay, so the exercise, the reading and writing exercise that you're going to do this week, you're going to be showing me that you understand what the verb tenía means, okay? And the way we're going to do that is we're going to take some popular characters. I'm assuming that you know who these characters are, and if you don't, you can look them up, okay? So we're going to be looking at some characters and then associating them with an object that they had, okay, that he or she had, okay? So, so for the first one, I have Indiana Jones tenía, okay? And then I have to come over here and I have to figure out what object Indiana Jones tenía, okay, or what object he had, okay? So on the right-hand side here, you're going to have to probably look up a few words, and that's going to be good for you, okay? It's just going to be building your vocabulary, okay? So you're just going to be doing a matching exercise here using the verb tenía, okay? When you finish that, you're going to move down and practice using the verb quería, okay? And quería means he or she wanted, and we're going to use that, we're going to associate that with characters and food items that we can typically associate with, okay? So for example, Cookie Monster quería, okay, or Cookie Monster wanted, okay? And you're going to have to go through here and pick the best object, okay? Looks like I need to add in some of those little spaces, and I will do that, okay? And you will need to be looking up some of these items. Some of them do not translate, okay? But some of them you can go ahead and look up and build that vocabulary, okay? So that is the assignment for the week to get your tener, tenía, querer, quería verbs down and do the 12 matching exercises. Adios.